let's talk about trust before marriage. If you have trust issues before marriage, if you have a trauma that happened in your life with your father, with your mother, with your babysitter, with whoever, let me give you a little bit of advice. You probably shouldn't even look for a husband or a wife, because chances are they are going to pay for what you went through. And to avoid another heartbreak or another divorce or another whatever, you should probably get therapy or go through why you were traumatized in the first place and see what you can do to get over that and heal. A man can't solve your problems. I don't care how good he is. A woman can't solve your problems or make you happy, no matter how good she is. At the end of the day, you are the only person that can make you happy. You have to believe that. It doesn't even matter if you marry a therapist. And by the way, a man or a woman really doesn't want to play therapist to their spouse in the first place. Being a spouse is hard enough work as it is. So give yourself the time that you need. Go see a therapist so you can get over this trauma or the trust issue that you have until you know how to mentally and emotionally deal with it. Let's talk about trust in marriage. I tell you this right now, a lot of people are really playing with marriage. If you don't trust your husband or your wife so much so that you have to check their phone secretly or whatever, the marriage is over. It's done. There's no trust there. Yes, if you have no trust, the marriage is over. It will be hard as hell to get that trust back. Okay, so how do you avoid this? Easy. You have to make a point of talking to each other before you even get married. You have to talk about trust and what it means to you. Man, oh man, I can go on about this for days. Women, do not react and think like men. Men, you have to know that. Women, men do not think like you, nor do they react to certain things like you do. You have to know that. And you know when you need to know it? Before marriage. Both of you have to know that you are going to be reacting differently to each other based upon your gender alone. Yes, based upon chemically what you are, what gender you are. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created us different for a reason. I give you a perfect example from my own marriage. I took my wife and my boys out to a white water rafting trip. A couple of my boys got in a kayak and they paddled next to the big boat. I was the captain and back with the rudder. We were having a great time just rolling down the river, and then we got into some rapids. My wife said something to me after we got out of the rapids and I was like, what? She told me that she doesn't know how to swim. And I was like, how could you not tell me that before we went on this whitewater rafting trip? Check out what she said. Wallahi, word for word, she says, because you're my hero. And I know that you would do everything and make me the priority to dive in after me and save me. You have the ability to do so. What she said completely blew me away and made me feel really proud of who I was as a man and as a husband. Here's the thing, fellas. Has your wife ever in your marriage called you her hero? I'm not showing out, wallahi. I'm just trying to prove a point about trust in marriage. My wife and everybody in the boat had on a life preserver, but still she knew that I wouldn't abandon her because I was her hero. Listen up, boys and girls. You gotta have trust. You have to have trust even before the marriage begins. And that means that you have to do a lot of talking about communication, about de-escalating tense conversations. You gotta talk about your boundaries and how you want to be communicated to. There's certain words that will trigger your wife. Don't use them. Maybe your husband is not really open to you screaming in his face. Therefore, I wouldn't do it. If you're having an argument, the whole point of having an argument is to get back to page 1 where you were before, where you loved each other and you were all lovey-dovey. It's the whole point. You talk about it. You don't insult each other. You don't raise voices. You don't scream at each other. You don't insult each other. You don't belittle each other. You try to get to where you were. Didn't like the way you said this. Hey, I'm a human being, but I just didn't like it. Could you not do that? Oh, damn, I offended you? No, I didn't mean that. Here's what I meant when I said this. See how it goes? Screaming, insulting, belittling, reminding each other of mistakes that they made in the past. That will get you absolutely nowhere. Oh my God, never. I tell you this, the most important thing about marriage is marriage prep. Marriage prep. Marriage prep. Marriage prep. Throw away your checklist. Oh, he's got to do this and this and this and this to be my husband. A lot of brothers and sisters want to talk about the red flags and what should I look for. Bro, sister, you might be the red flag. You know the best thing that you can do to prepare for marriage? Worry about yourself. Upgrade yourself. Put away your expectations and start expecting things out of yourself. Funniest thing happens when you upgrade yourself, whether you're a man or a woman. You know what happens when you upgrade yourself? Well, people that are high value are automatically attracted to you. And the people that are below you know that they don't even have a chance. Hello. I mean, a complete loser looks at a high value woman and says, yeah, I don't even have a chance. Not only that, she's going to expect high things out of me, and I just don't want to do it. I'm lazy, I'm a loser, I'm a piece of, you know what I'm saying. And yep, it works both ways, it sure does. So anyways, let's start right there. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Prepare for marriage. Don't just marry because you got a between your legs, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't qualify you, stop it.